She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Reetika Raj. I've been a student of JNU. I have completed my Masters in Political Studies from JNU in 2019, and I got an overwhelming response on my previous video that was on how to clear JNU entrance examinations in political studies. And I also got a lot of questions from you guys regarding how to clear JNU entrances in IR as well as in area studies. So guys, I finally made a video on how to clear JNU entrance examinations in Pism and IRAM. So let me first of all tell you that in JNU you have different schools, and in different schools you have different centers. So Center of Political Studies falls into School of Social Sciences. There's a separate school for international studies, that is School of International Relations, and in that school you have two centers which offers courses in masters in politics with specialization in international relations, that is Pism, and the second master course that they offer is masters in international relations and area studies. So these two courses are offered by School of International Relations in JNU. And so a student who has an undergraduate in political science like me, I did my masters in Center of Political Studies, which is a different school, School of Social Sciences. But then if you are interested in IR, or even if you have given your second options at IR or area studies, I think this video will help you in how to prepare for international relations and how is it different from political studies when it comes to preparing for JNU entrance examination. So before I begin this video, I would like to thank you guys for all your overwhelming response in my previous video. And if you guys are preparing for political studies, CPS in JNU, please go and check the video that I've already prepared. I'll leave the link down below. Also, one quick note that these videos that I prepare on how to clear JNU entrance examinations is not just for JNU. It can be used as a study material for Jamia University, for DU entrance examinations, for Hyderabad, for all central universities, because all the central universities examinations are mostly conducted by NTA or UGC and they have the same pattern. So if you are preparing from these videos that I have made for you, please be sure that the same books, the same materials can be used to prepare for DU entrance examination, for Jamia, for Hyderabad and all other central universities in India. So starting your preparation in Pism or IRM or IRAM area studies, you have to keep in mind the key topics. So basically international relations have almost same syllabus for entrance examination for these two courses. It's just that area studies IRAM is more area focused and you will get questions from a lot of countries. But then the key topics that you have to keep in mind for this entrance, first of all is international theories. Second is basic tenets of each theory. So when you prepare for JNU entrance examinations, you have to keep in mind that you have to have basic knowledge or basic foundations of theories. Theories are very important for JNU entrance examination or just any other entrance examinations you have to, if you want to pursue masters. So what you go is first thing first is like tackle your theories. Do all your international theories, know who are the philosophers who gave such theories, the proponents, what was the main proponents of those philosophers, what books did they write. Again, the first part comes from theory, the basic tenets of each theory, philosopher, proponents, their books. Then there is a part on world history. In this you get questions from organizations, treaties, then United Nations, and then you have contemporary ideologies, which I'll talk more in the video later. So these are your key topics. I think most of your questions are covered from these key topics. To start with, you will have 50 questions, 50 MCQs. You will have 3 hours, no negative marking, and all these 50 questions will be a combinations of different types of format, which I'll talk in the video later. So moving on, so starting your preparation in PISM or IRAM area studies, you have to keep in mind the key topics. So basically, international relations have almost same syllabus for entrance examination for these two courses. It's just that area studies IRAM is more area focused and you will get questions from a lot of countries. But then the key topics that you have to keep in mind for this entrance, first of all, is international theories. Second is basic tenets of each theory. So when you prepare for Jnuee entrance examinations, you have to keep in mind that you have to have basic knowledge or basic foundations of theories. Theories are very important for Jnuee entrance examination or just any other entrance examinations you have to, if you want to pursue masters. So first thing first is like tackle your theories. Do all your international theories, know who are the philosophers who gave such theories, the proponents, what was the main proponents of those philosophers, what books did they write. Again, the first part comes from theory, the basic tenets of each theory, philosopher, proponents, their books. Then there is a part on world history. In this you get questions from organizations, treaties, then United Nations, and then you have contemporary ideologies, which I'll talk more in the video later. So these are your key topics. I think most of your questions are covered from these key topics. To start with, you will have 50 questions, 50 MCQs. You will have 3 hours, no negative marking, and all these 50 questions will be a combinations of different types of format, which I'll talk in the video later. So moving on, let's start with the very first and most important topic, that is international theories. So guys, you will always have questions from theories in JNU. In theories of international relations, there are many theories of international relations, and international relations is viewed in different aspects of power politics. So starting with realism, there is a realist perspective of international relations. Then you have neorealism, liberalism, constructivism, you have Marxism, feminism. So for a long time we had neglected a feminist perspective of international relations, but now in the contemporary world it's very much highlighted. So I would ask you guys to focus on these 6 or 7 perspectives of international relations or theories of international relations, because you get a lot of questions from theory. In JNU, theories are very important, and it also checks how much depth you have or how much understanding you have of the critical aspects of international relations. So in theories you have to go through the basic tenets of each theory. So you have to know what the theory is trying to say, or how is it trying to describe the power politics that goes on in the international relations among countries. Also, the differences in theories. How is a Marxist theory of international relations different from a liberal theory, or maybe say a neoliberal theory? You have to always keep in your mind the basic framework of each theory, and then you can articulate how they are different or how subtly not aligned they are with each other. So these are the basic things you need to know before you could even enter in any masters in any university in India. Make sure you know the philosophers who actually talk about these theories. So in philosophers we have Hans Morgenthau. He gave the first 6 principles of political realism, which is very important. You have to go through these. Then you have Kenneth Walls, who differs from the realist perspective, and he gives his neo-realist perspective, which is again very important. Then you have Antonio Gramsci. So Antonio Gramsci is a modern Marxist philosopher who gave us prison notebooks, and he talks about hegemony and how state deals with civil society. So please go and look into him. And also Robert Keohane, he's an American philosopher. He's known for his neoliberal ideas and ideologies. Please always keep in mind that I only give you the main important philosophers, but there might be other philosophers who you might get questions from. There may not be many, but I am always picking out the best and the most important ones and giving to you in the slides. So these are the philosophers. What are the contemporary ideologies? So in the modern world or postmodern world, you have heard words like neoliberalism, pluralism. What is multiculturalism? What is postmodernism? What is positivism? So please, for this I have mentioned a book at the end of the video, which is by Andrew Haywood, and please go and read. As a student of political science, as a student of international relations, these basic ideologies should be clear in your mind. You should know what it means, you should know what they stand for, because these are ideologies that is shaping our market, that is shaping our international foreign policies, that is shaping our economies. And you will get questions on this, plethora of them. My favorite part, you will get 50% of your questions, the MCQs that you have in Jnuee entrance examinations for international relations or area studies. Out of 50, 20 to 25 questions will be from world wars or will be from world history, and mostly from world wars or cold wars. So I don't have to give you a specific book on this, but you can just go on Wikipedia, or you can just go on the internet, or you can just go on your graduation books that you had and study from there. World War and Cold Wars are the most extensive topics. You will have who started this world war, you will have dates. In world wars, or let's just say in world history, you will get questions from organizations. You will get questions on who is the General Secretary of UN, who is heading European Union or World Bank or other corporations like IMF. So you get a lot of questions on organizations. As a student or as a student who wants to pursue international relations, you should know the basic current affairs on organizations. Then you will have lots and lots of questions on treaties, Indo-China treaties, or treaties with Bangladesh or Sri Lanka. So it's more India focused, but then you'll also get a lot of questions on World War treaties. What were the treaties formed during World War First, and how did World War II start, based on what treaty? What were the peace treaties or some of the treaties that were formed in Cold War? And then again, this is the third and the most important one. You get a lot of questions on revolution. What is October Revolution? What is Jasmine Revolution? What is Permanent Revolution? Mostly all these are based on Soviet Union, so you have to also read something on Soviet Union. I think the basic idea of Soviet Union you can get from Wikipedia. See, again, please do not take it lightly when I say Wikipedia or I'm just giving you a easy way out. Yes, I'm giving you a easy way out, but then if you want to thoroughly go through all this, you can pick any book on theories of international relations from your undergraduate, and you will get these. But if you want a basic, crisp, not so in-depth knowledge of revolutions, treaties, organization, I think Wikipedia is the best, because anyway you don't have to write subjective answers in Jnuee entrances anymore. You just have to go through MCQs. You have to just say A, B, C, D. You have to pick one. So I think to save your time, basically, because these are just these are not subjective questions, these are yes or no questions, true or false questions. So go to organization, treaties, revolutions on Wikipedia, get your answer, know in one word what is Orange Revolution, what is Permanent Revolution, and that's all that's all they're gonna see and ask. Most important questions from world history is like you'll get on the political prominent members. Like you'll get what book did Benazir Bhutto write, or who is called the daughter of the East, or what did Dalai Lama do, or some questions on Dalai Lama, world war figures basically, something on Hitler maybe, or Mussolini. So please make sure that these 4 topics are covered. I will also link the previous year questions. So if you want to go through previous year questions, please leave a comment below. I'll mail it to you personally. Drop me your email ID in the comments and I'll send you the books that are in PDF. Even if you do not have these books, I have them in PDF. I'll send you the syllabus. I'll send you the questions that were asked in the previous examinations. So I mean, doing previous questions are very important. So this is the part on world history. And guys, if you have watched till now, please subscribe to my channel. More than 90% of you guys who are watching my videos have not subscribed. And guys, why I appeal to you to subscribe or like and share my video or comment is because this will help me make more such videos and instead help you in return, because more subscribers encourage me. And even if I don't have more subscribers, I make the video anyway, but the outreach is not so wide and I can't reach to many students. So please subscribe, please share this video if you find it useful. The other half, please do not go anywhere, the other half of the video is still left. Please subscribe, and thank you so much for your support. The last part we have, the second last part actually we have, is United Nations. You have minimum 10 questions. Guys, see, you have mostly 20 questions from world history. We have mostly around 10 questions from United Nations, and the rest 20 to 15 questions from theory. So this is the basic pattern that I have noticed in JNU entrance examinations, so please keep that in mind. United Nations, you will get questions on the peacekeeping forces, where are UN forces working, or basic questions on International Council of International Court of Justice, or who is heading this program, or UNICEF, or anything on United Nations. The not so in-depth difficult ones, but the ones that you get in like current affairs. So please keep United Nations in your mind, it's very important. So we have almost reached the end of the video. Please bear with me for 5 more minutes. JNU questions. So what type of questions you'll get? When I checked the last year's question paper, first thing that I noticed was match the following. They'll give you a chronology of event, they'll give you 5 revolutions and they'll say arrange them, or 5 revolutions and their important figures associated with the revolution. Or they'll give say philosophers, the 6 philosophers that I named, and they'll give you their basic ideas or basic ideology that they propagated, and they'll say match the following. So match the following is one of the, like, you'll get at least 4 questions which will have match the following. That is the type of question that you get. Next, you will have again philosophers or books and authors. Like I mentioned before, when I was talking about philosophers, they'll ask you what book did Antonio Gramsci wrote, what book did Kenneth Waltz, or what article is associated with Kenneth Waltz. Like they'll give you the author's name, or they'll give you the book, who wrote this book. So last year there was a question on a book of Benazir Bhutto. So you have to know not just World War figures or international theory figures, you also have to know the contemporary Indian authors. When I say Indian, I mean Indian subcontinent, not India. So please keep that in mind, like Pakistani authors or Bangladeshi authors, especially the ones who have won like Nobel Prize or something like that. So the important ones, and it's mostly current affairs, so I can't really guide you in that. Most important thing you will find in politics with specialization in international relation in PISM is that you get a passage. So this is the most scoring part, guys. Get a passage, you get 5 questions or 4 questions from that passage, and you have to answer based on the passage. This is all solely the game of common sense. So like you get comprehensions in schools, similarly you'll get a passage on international relations. Anything, it can be from any magazine, it can be from any book, but the answers will be hidden in those passages. This is the most scoring part, I feel. So please make sure you do the passages very well. Lastly but not the least, very important questions, guys. I saw in international relations and in area studies, especially in area studies, there were lots of questions on countries. Like they'll randomly ask you who is the president of this country, or what is the government structure or court structure in Canada, or what was this policy recently in, this is mostly current affairs, in US. Or you have to be very sure in the countries that India invests. Like India invests in a lot in African Union, a lot in Brazil because of BRICS, a lot in China. We have a lot of treaties going on with China, Bangladesh. So you have to be very sure where is India dealing with these days. Indian current affairs on foreign policy or foreign relations, they ask a lot of questions from different countries. So I have mentioned you few countries that were asked last year. This is a very random part of the whole thing, because I can't predict which country they'll ask this year, but these were the countries they asked last year. So I would suggest go and look into it. Best thing will be doing last year's question paper, which I'll provide to you. Leave your email ID below and I'll provide you the link. Coming on to the books, when I was talking about contemporary ideologies, this is the book that is gonna help you. This is Key Concepts in Politics and International Relations by Andrew Haywood. This is a very expensive book. You can get it on Amazon. If you do not want to get it on Amazon, I can provide you the PDF. Leave your email below. Very important book for international relations. You have all the ideologies of, name it, and you'll find it in this book. This book is really good. And second, the most important book, like this is the holy grail here, right here, Key Concepts in International Relations by Thomas Diaz, Ingrid Bode, Alexandra Fernandez da Costa. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this name, but it is by Sage Publications, and this is Key Concepts in International Relations. You need So study international relations, pick this book and you'll get most of your theories, you'll get everything. This is actually undergraduate book, so this is actually, you should have studied this in your, or known this in your undergraduate. So this book is very important. So all that I mentioned in the video previously, you'll find in this, in either of these two books. So lastly guys, I want you guys to clear JNU entrance examinations and experience the life that is at JNU, because it's thrilling and exciting, and the knowledge that you get, the kind of research knowledge that you'll get, and the kind of expertise that you'll get on your subject is incredible. So please keep in mind all the questions that will be coming will be in these format that I have mentioned, and study hard. Do not panic, please. You still have time. If you even take one topic for a day, you can still complete it. And this video has come late because I got an overwhelming response, but I was dealing with my own entrances, so I did not have time to make this video. But I thank you so much for your support, for your comments, and you guys encouraged me to make this video, because I was not gonna make this first of all. But thank you for your response, because I felt so many students out there needed this. So thank you, and I hope you put all your hard work. If you have any suggestions, if you have any criticism, please keep in the comments below. One thing I heard from a lot of you guys is like, why don't I speak in Hindi? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna speak in Hindi just because I know the language. I should be respectful of all the languages in our country. I mean, India is a home of so many dialects and so many languages, and people, not everyone from every state know Hindi, and Hindi is a very regional language, so I don't even feel obliged to speak in Hindi. So I prefer to speak in English, so that people from South India, people from maybe say Northeast or Ladakh or Kashmir can understand English. Finally guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you, and I hope this video gave you a clear direction in how to prepare. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys do your very best in JNU, clear the entrance examinations and reach your goals and dreams. All the best, and peace out.